Got ourselves all geared up. So we have our trident, our javelin, and then I got longbow of the cleric, which if I fire that, gives me regen 3 for about 5 seconds. And what we have over here is the butcher. So we're going to go ahead and fight this guy real quick. I'm not sure where he came from. I was just working off over there, doing some, laying some grass down, and he appeared. Okay, so something to note is the butcher is incredibly fast, and he's also super strong. Like he will probably kill me in 3 hits. I didn't bring a shield because I wanted to have a totem of undying that gives me a little bit of armor and will save my life if he manages to get one off on me. Oh, here he goes. Here he comes. There we go. And run away. Oh, so did you see how fast he is? Oh. So I can do that to heal myself. Oh man, he is strong. Okay, yep, somehow he's able to hit me still. Oh, jeez. Okay, he's a strong one. Not gonna bail into the water though. We're gonna try to do this. Okay, we're gonna bail. He's a little bit too strong. Oh boy. Bail. Oh my gosh. He's so fast. Gotta do it the boring way, I guess. And even with my... Oh no, my helmet broke. Oh man. So we got another totem of undying. Not quite as good as the one we lost, but that's okay. And a pretty good axe and not much else. Hey everyone, Froe here for another Let's Play episode. So to start us off with, I wanted to show you, I did a little bit of a road here. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think it turned out pretty good. I added in some mossy cobblestone and cracked stone brick. I think that adds a nice effect. I also like how this fencing turned out over here. I like using these spruce trapdoors as a little bit of like a miniature fence. I think it looks nice. Now, I know you've all been waiting. What is Froe going to name this statue? Which comment is he going to pick? That's a really wonderful question, and I'm glad he asked it. Oh, almost forgot. I also added dead coral into the road to just break it up a little bit, and then extended the road too. One last thing, then we'll move on to our project for today. I added a tree here to see if I'd like it. I think I'm going to do a custom tree. So let's tear this down. Alright, so I brought us to the flower forest so we could get started on our main project for today. Yeah, so our first project for today is going to be figuring out a way to farm all of these different types of flowers pretty easily. So the first step on there is figuring out where they all grow. Since they don't all grow in the same patches next to each other, we might have to actually build more than one farm. And the way I'm going to tell is just by bone mealing the ground. So now I know that oxeye daisy and pink tulips will grow here if I move a little bit over. We might have to check it a couple of times because sometimes just grass grows. And cornflowers will also grow here, so we need to remember that. Orange tulips will grow here. Alliums will grow here. And so on and so forth. I just got to kind of bone meal the whole area so that we can figure out where we can set up these the farms we want to build. And after you go through and bone meal a whole area, you can easily tell where the flowers are growing and where aren't. If you notice, they're definitely in clumps. So we have a bunch of alliums and what are those things? Azure bluettes over here. And in the middle, we have a bunch of tulips, and then you come off to the side a little bit and you get cornflowers and oxeye daisies. So that makes it pretty easy for us to tell where we need to build our farm. Or in this case, I think it's going to be farms. So I think I'm going to put one here. If you notice, there's a slightly different color tulip here. So we want to get all 4 of those colors if possible. So maybe right about here. Looks about right. We might have to adjust a little bit too. And then over here. Alright, so I just did a little bit more research on flowers, and this is what I've come up with. So they follow a gradient. So they start at allium, and then they're going to go to azure bluette, and then red tulips, and then orange, and then white, pink, oxeye daisy, all the way up to cornflower, and then the only one we're missing is the lily of the valley. So if you're going to build your own flower farm in your world, And remember, if you see alliums, then azure bluets are going to be next to there, and then tulips. And if you see cornflowers, then oxeye daisies and lily of the valley will be next to those. And then tulips are kind of like in the center of the spectrum. So if you find tulips, chances are you'll probably find one of the other two ends of the spectrum. Now I'm just trying to check to see if the lily of the valley will grow over here. I don't think so though, because it looks like the cornflowers are kind of surrounded by the oxeye daisy, which means this is the end of the spectrum over here. I don't think we can get lily of the valley then. Yeah, so it goes back to tulips. Now that we finally have quartz, we can make observers, which is nice because we're going to use the observers along with the daylight detectors, which also required quartz, to make an automatic farm here pretty easily. I think. I guess I don't know. I've never actually tested this, so I think the way we can do this is put a redstone down and then a light detector and then an observer facing that. And I think then every couple moments this will get updated and then this will flash. Okay, so I was having a little bit of a problem where it seemed to stop activating, but after I added a whole length of 15 long redstone, it seems to activate every once in a while again. And I think with the way we can harvest the flowers is with water. It's a little bit slower of a method, but if we create the system so that it's really easy to set up, and then also automatically creates and harvests the flowers and then puts them in a chest, I think we should be fine. All right, now that we got the basics figured out, we can start with the farm. I put in the pads already. They are rhombus shape, centered on the piece of wood, 7 blocks from the edge. And then I also was thinking we could put all the redstone in one central spot. And everything will be powered by a central clock here, run by the observer and the light detector. It should activate every couple seconds. But while watching it, I kind of realized that it's moving pretty slow, so I think we're going to try a different clock idea. The new clock has the observer look at redstone being updated instead of light. And we're going to continue to use the observer because it outputs a 1-tick pulse. And now all that's left to do is to adjust the timing a little bit to make sure that it's a little bit faster. It needs to stay on just long enough for all the items to be cleared of the pad. So this redstone line is what the clock powers, and it feeds into this torch, turning it off, and it elevates the signal up to here. So we have a double torch system, so it's really just bringing the signal vertical, and it feeds into 2 redstone sources. The first one is just right here. It feeds right into the dispenser, and the second one is going to branch off here into a little bit of a delay with 4 repeaters. And this little bit of a delay is what's going to allow the water to pour out for a little bit, have all the items get off the platform, and then pick up the water again right away. Cool, so I got it all hooked up. It looks like everything's working the way we want. Most items look like they make it off the edge. If they don't make it the first pass through, then the next time the water activates, it looks like the items make it. So they're not staying on the pads for too long. That's the important thing. All right, so I'm trying to add an on and off switch, and I'm having a little bit of problem because we want this to be a continuous clock no matter what we do to it. But because it's an observer, if we update that at all, it's going to activate the clock in an irregular pattern. So we do that, and you notice how it's like double pulsing. So that's what we have to be careful of. I didn't bring any pistons, and I only have a silk touch pickaxe, so... I also didn't have slime balls, so I had to use a regular piston, and so I put sand on there, because sand's affected by gravity, so it can create an easy toggle. So right now the clock's running. As soon as I hit this, the clock's going to turn off, and then the piston retracts with the sand, letting it fall, and doing that makes it so that when this gets updated, the signal doesn't continue through, breaking the clock right away. All right, and I got some water channels installed, and I'm just going to look around for if there's any places where they get stuck. So look right there. Right there. Okay, so there's quite a few places where they're getting stuck, so I might have to redo this water system a little bit. And I got the kinks out of the water system done. It wasn't actually too bad. It was just a couple little dead spots on the water flow. But yeah, this farm is working really awesome, and it was actually really easy to set up. Pretty easy on the resources too, but you probably could get cheaper if you really wanted to. There's still a couple things that I want to do to the farm, like add some guardrails and maybe work on the water system a little bit, because sometimes they still get stuck in the corners here every once in a while. But for today, I think we're going to be done working on this and move on to our next project. Alrighty, we're back at our island. I wanted to share a little interesting fact about eggs with you. So let me just get a snack quick. When you throw an egg, there's a 1 in 8 probability that you're going to hatch a chick. However, every once in a while, instead of getting just 1 chicken, you'll get 4 chickens. So there's a 1 in 8 probability to get that 1 chicken. And if I were to throw this egg and get 4, there's a 1 in 256 probability of getting that. What I want to do is use that probability to start a new tradition with you. And so what we're going to do is every once in a while, I don't know how many times per an episode, but just every once in a while, I'm going to throw an egg. And if we were to get 4 chicks, then on the next episode, the one after we threw the 4 chicks, we will go to the end. To be a little bit more clear, that means that before we go to the end dimension, we have to hatch 4 eggs from 1 egg throw. Alright, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. We just tried 3 eggs there and didn't get anything. But I like the idea of leaving it up to chance. Now, since we're over here, I wanted to let you know that I've been doing some AFK fishing so that we can get saddles and name tags. And because of that, I've gotten a couple of mending books. I wanted to ask you, do you guys think it's okay for me to use these mending books for my tools? Let me know in the comments. I only ask because some people consider AFK fishing cheaty, and I would agree, but like I said, I can't get saddles or name tags easily because of the RPG data pack. So that's a good workaround. Excellent! So I got some pretty good feedback on the Sacrificer 2.0 too. Number 1 feedback from multiple people was get rid of the kelp floor. It just doesn't fit in here. Other than that, pretty good feedback. I think personally I'm going to get rid of those 3 sandstone wall things. I don't know if they fit there. And I'm going to work on some other little decorations around here, including some banners. So we got 2 different banner designs I want to try to incorporate somehow. They're like alternates of each other. I think they look really good. And if I don't like the way those work, I also have a couple other ones I can make and try, like plain red and then just simple designs. Alright, so I updated the floor a little bit. I didn't go with brick because I just wanted something a little bit different. I think the brick up here looks really good with the granite and the birchwood. It's a nice bright color and it's got some good contrast with the dark oak. And over here, I wanted this to be slightly different of a room. I'm not sure how I like it yet. It seems a little bit too dark almost compared to how bright it is up here, but I like it. I also added in some banners, so these ones go really well together as like framing an area. So they frame out this window and make it so it's nice and easy to see, and it adds a little bit of detail. And then I also added just some banners up here. Aha! So I'm not 100% with how this building turned out, but I like it enough to stop working on it for now. The cool thing about Minecraft is if you don't like something, you can always go back and change it and make it better. And I need to remember that fact because sometimes I spend so much time trying to make something absolutely perfect for me. I gotta remember that sometimes just getting something built and then going back maybe a couple months even later to rework it is a good idea. Let's see, do we have everything we need? Lamps, daylight detector, redstone, some dark oak. Yeah, I think we got everything. Oh, I think we need torches. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. That should be, yeah, 28 should be enough. So looking at it, I don't really want to do any mob farming today. And I also don't want to work on the nether portal room. I'm not in the mood to doing a lot of big building. But something I think that would be pretty easy to finish off is Death Island. I think all we have to do is just get the lighthouse working at this point. So a quick recap for you is Death Island is a place where a whole bunch of mobs spawn because it's just a body of land in the middle of the ocean. And I use this area to fight boss mobs from that RPG data pack we have. The lighthouse back here is what we're going to work on in just a second. And it's also going to be like a little bit of an outpost base. So we're going to have like storage room and maybe an enchanting setup and repair station. But before we get to all that fun stuff, we got to get the lighting done on the outside. All right, so these wooden pillars are 7 blocks tall, so we might make the lights go like this. 3 high? I think that should be enough. We'll have to check though, it might have to be taller. It looks pretty good. I think we need to raise it though. And I raised it up 2 blocks, and I'm just gonna see if we have it like this, if we power this middle one. Okay, so it powers above. What about and below? Okay, perfect. That's what we wanted. And here it is running. It looks pretty good. I like how it actually looks like a light bulb spinning around because like it's a little bit curved almost because not all the lamps light up at the same time. That's a pretty cool effect that I didn't really intend. I still have to make it so that I can turn it on and off easily. And then also I want it so that it turns on automatically at night. What do you think you're doing? Bolts are for water, not for land, you silly goose. All right, so hey, look at that. The lighthouse just turned on. That's pretty cool. So I have it set so it turns on only at night. And this is kind of what the finished product looks like. I think the outside I'm still going to decorate a little bit, but I like how it turned out. It looks pretty good. Let's check out the inside too. I think I need to get another portal over here too. I'm getting tired of swimming or taking a boat across the ocean every time I need to come over here. Alrighty, here's the inside. Only the first floor is decorated, unfortunately, but yeah, we got a little bit of a carpet, a little bit of a privacy bedroom. Got a little bit of a music box and some plants and stuff inside. Over here, we have a little bit of an automatic furnace system, so we just drop fuel inside here, and then we can just smelt whatever items we want in either one of these furnaces, and then the smelted item will appear in this barrel down below. Let's see what else. We got a couple of backup totems of undying in case things go sour over there. And we got like a little mini storage room setup, which I think turned out pretty good. We got almost everything sorted. I think we need to bring some more food over here. Maybe golden carrots would be good. Some basic resources and just gear that we've gotten from the boss mobs. A bunch of sand and a bunch of just miscellaneous junk. And over here, a bunch of like stone and more bulkier building materials and some EXP. So I managed to get almost everything we need for a little bit of an outpost base tightly in this little area. I got a little bit of a balcony that we can reach by coming up here. Nothing's in here yet, but maybe sometime. I haven't thought about what I want to put here. The ceiling looks really good. I really like how that turned out. So that's stripped. What is that? Stripped jungle wood and then jungle half slabs. So I think it goes well. If we come up here all the way, we don't have anything built here yet, but I want to build an armor and gear dispensing system so that we can fight mobs easily. And then if we climb up here a little bit more, on the 3rd level, I want to build an auto brewer for potions. And then on like this next level over here is just redstone area. So this is how I did the redstone itself. It's actually pretty easy. The night detector will turn on only when it's night, which will power this piston, which will bring up this block here, allowing the clock to continue. On top of that, when you update this for the first time, it's going to be detected by the observer, which sends just a 1-tick pulse to the entire system, giving it the start it needs. So that's how it works. I like observers because they output just a 1-tick pulse, so I don't have to make a monostable circuit, so that's kind of handy. And we have a little bit of a ceiling made. Got to have 1 hole in it for the day-night detector. But yeah, looks pretty good. I want to add a couple more windows like this on this 3rd story. I think that would be a pretty cool addition. But other than that, I've made pretty good progress on the lighthouse here. It's not quite done yet, so we can't remove it from our project book, but it's coming together. I'm glad that we finally have an ender chest installed. Man, that's going to make life so much more convenient for us. Holy cow. So I guess, should we go fight that guy? Let's go see him. Let's go fight him quick. He's an Abyssal Watcher. If I remember correctly, they're pretty fast and they can hit pretty strong, but they're not nearly as strong as the Butcher. So I think I should be able to get by. I wonder if I have any good gear here to wear, like totems if I'm dying or anything. Oh yeah. Let's see. That one's pretty good. We'll plop that one on, and we'll just go ahead and give this guy a good old fight. We are carrying our super strong axe. It has sharpness 4 and it has a base 20 attack damage, so it's pretty strong. I wish I could get looting on it though. So, some skeletons down there. Okay, so be wary of that. Skeletons are like the scariest mob because they can snipe you from anywhere. Okay. Okay, he's pretty strong. And look at that. Took him down already. It's the critical hits with the axe. It just does an incredible amount of damage. It's really handy to have. Let's take a look at what we got. Kind of junky stuff. Ooh, that's pretty good. And that's pretty good too. I'll take that. Other than that, that's garbage, 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 and garbage. And then just a little bit of EXP is kind of nice too. So yeah, that's how I'm getting all of my bottles of enchanting, is from the boss mods like that. So yeah. Let me know what you think about the lighthouse. Put a lot of work into it. I'm sorry that I did it off camera again. One of these days, I promise, I will do a video kind of detailing how I go about adding all those details and stuff like that, so that, again, you too can be as not so great of a builder like me. But let's head home now. There's one last thing I wanted to do with you guys this episode. So, last episode I asked for feedback on the Sacrificer 2.0, which you can see behind me, and I received a bunch of good feedback, so thank you for doing that. One comment in general was made by a person named Ferrari Flunker, and they said, the Sacrificer 2.0 looks amazing. I especially like the vaulted ceilings and the open concept of the building. I do have some suggestions though, which is what I'm getting at. That's what I wanted. You chose a great block color palette, except for the dried kelp blocks. Yeah, you're not the only one who says that. I think keeping the brick, granite, and polished granite mix where the kelp is would look nice and give the building more uniformity. I completely agree with that. I didn't go with that exactly. I went with the red terracotta. So let me know if you think I should try this out. I kind of like the idea of having them different floors but similar styles. And then the last thing is, the one thing I think I would change would be the landscaping around the Sacrificer. Yeah, I agree completely with that too. Landscaping around the whole base is kind of a big project, so I've been slowly doing it, adding like little fences and bushes and stuff along the way, but it takes a little while because I have to go to a whole nother biome, which is about 1,000 blocks away, dig up a whole bunch of grass, bring it all the way back, and then go through and place all the grass wherever I want it. It's a little tedious of a task. So I'm going to get there, don't worry. If you have any suggestions for how I should landscape it, though, in the meantime, that would be awesome. So just thinking about it, I know I want a couple of trees along the path, either on this side or that side. I haven't decided yet. And I want the path itself to continue all the way straight across following my cursor, and then a staircase up here. I'll have another path that kind of snakes around over here and reaches up to the portal, and then also the Sacrificer. I think that'll be cool. So your comment, Ferrari Flunker, is going to be the one I pick. So you're going to be able to name the statue, and the name that you chose was Statue McStatue Face. So I have the armor stand here. This is how you do it. Oops. Uh-oh. That was not the way we wanted this to go. We'll fix that in a little bit. So we're gonna name this Statue McStatue Face. I think that's how you do it, right? That's what you wanted. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and place that quick. I think we might need our decorating book out too. So this thing. This is what allows you to edit the armor stands, because I'm using that data pack. So we'll go ahead and place this guy back down, and then go ahead and do styles, show arms, and then also show name. Yeah. Uh-oh, that did not work the way that I thought it was going to. Okay, let's try that again. I renamed it. And place it, and then we'll do show name. Oh, what the heck? I guess maybe I have to use a name tag. I thought I could just name it like this, though. Face. There we go. Okay. Oh, man. Cool. Well, let's activate that thing. Wow, that is so cool. Okay. This time, now, third time's the charm, right? We'll get it right this time. And place. Go ahead and do styles, show arms, styles, and show display name, and then name it. There we go. So we'll give him that. Let's see, what other styles could we choose? Or preset, sorry. Maybe which one would be cool here? Winning? Oh, that is a cool. Yeah, let's go with that one. I like that. So, statue mix, statue face. Thank you again, Ferrari Flinker, for your amazing comment. Thank you, everyone else who left me feedback as well. Remember, I want your feedback because this is our world, not just mine. We're in it on this together. We can improve it. And also, I like to get better at on my own. So, the last thing then, I guess, is styles. Show base plate. No, there we go. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. He's floating a little bit, but yeah, we'll leave it like that. I guess one other thing was I might in the future remove it so that it's not showing the name and it's maybe just a sign. Because the problem with armor stands and displaying their names is no matter how far away you are, it appears. So it's not like normal name tags. But let's go and throw an egg and end the episode here. So this might be it. We might go to the end next episode. Who knows? Ready? Nope. Okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and have a nice one. Until next time.